Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the second lesson of week 1. We are going to study the scales of measurement today, and we'll begin with some concepts that we already covered in the last lesson, but there's a reason that we are revisiting them. We know that data are individual pieces of factual information recorded and used for the purpose of analysis. We also know that data can be collected, observed, measured, and recorded either manually or through instruments in an automated manner. Now, based on why and when the data was collected, we can classify the data as either primary or secondary data, rather the use of data as primary use or secondary use. The primary data is the one which was collected firsthand for the first time for the defined objective. So you're doing data analysis and you are using a data which was collected for this very purpose, जिसके लिए ये डेटा एनालिसिस का प्रोसेस कंडक्ट हो रहा है, ठीक है, तो उसके ऑब्जेक्टिव को सर्व करने के लिए बनाया गया है, डेटा गैदर किया गया है, तो दैट इज प्राइमरी यूज ऑफ डेटा. Secondary use of data, on the other hand, is when you use a data which was gathered for another objective earlier, and now you are utilizing to perform another kind of analysis on the same data, other than the primary objective for which it was collected earlier. So this is the difference between primary and secondary uses of data. In addition to this, data can also be classified as qualitative or quantitative based on the types of values contained in it. Again, the names tell you what each of these represent. Qualitative data deals with the quality of data as descriptions or attributes. We can explain it better with the help of examples. Just like color of hair, grade in a course, texture of a fabric, name of a person, maybe the brand of your mobile, the material with which an object is made, those kinds of things. Quantitative data, on the other hand, deal with the quantity as counts or measurements. So in contrast to hair color or color of hair, which we saw as qualitative data, we have length of hair, which is quantitative. Marks in a quiz as opposed to grade in a course, weight of a piece of fabric as opposed to the texture of fabric, age of a person, etc. Volume of a bottle, and so on. So numbers basically, which actually represent quantities, is quantitative data, and the data elements which represents the quality or feelings or expressions, those are basically qualitative data. Okay, so now the scales of measurement. This is basically how the data is organized and categorized, and the type of information provided by the data, which actually identifies the scale of measurement for that data. And based on the scale, there are different types of mathematical operations which are allowed on a certain scale. There are 4 scales of measurement, which are nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio, and we're going to discuss each one of them in the same order. We begin with nominal, which is the most basic one. And as the name tells again, nominal has something to do with the names. So this data is just, simply stated, it is names or labels of things, of categories, to categorize things into non-overlapping groups without natural order. जैसे कि अभी हमने पीछे देखा hair color. अब color जो है, color is a name for pigments, for to represent a certain class of pigments. For example, if I say red, it means all red colors. It represents a class which has all red colors in it. But if it is crimson, which is a different kind of red, it is crimson. So it is a new label for another class of colors, which is crimson. So these are only names. The name of a person is a name. The name of a color is a name. The name of a brand or a company is a name. Now, these names do not have any natural ordering in it. There's no natural ordering. Of course, if you put it into a context and you try to order them, that is another story. But naturally, they do not have any order. For example, names, they have nothing to do. They do not have any natural order, except for if you say, okay, we want to organize, we don't want to sort them by the ascending or descending order of the alphabets. So that order is among the alphabet. It's not the names which have order. Similarly, colors, they do not have any order. But if you say colors might have a position in the spectrum, so that is the position of color. which basically has a rank or an order. But the color itself, it does not have a rank. So red is not superior to crimson, or crimson is not better than yellow, or so on. It's not superior or inferior to that. So there is no natural order. Then the nominal data does not have any quantitative information associated to it, but we can encode them, which we saw earlier also, that we'll have to do that to perform the analysis, the statistical analysis. We will actually have to encode जो आपका nominal data होगा, या for that matter कोई भी qualitative data है. Nominal is a form of qualitative data. The qualitative data को will have to actually encode it in order to perform the actual analysis. ठीक है, लेकिन वो numeric encoding होगी. It doesn't mean कि वो numeric data बन गया है. तो फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर आप सर्वे में लोगों से यस या नो का रिस्पॉन्स ले रहे हैं, इट स्टिल इज क्वालिटेटिव. इट रिप्रेजेंट्स, यस रिप्रेजेंट्स अफर्मेशन, नो रिप्रेजेंट्स नेगेटिव, बट इट डजंट मीन कि वो 0 या 1 बनने का मकसद ये हुआ कि अब वो न्यूमेरिक डेटा में कन्वर्ट हो गए. इट्स ओनली दैट वी एनकोड देम एज दैट सो दैट वी कैन यूटिलाइज देम फॉर द एनालिसिस लेटर ऑन. And with nominal data, we can only measure the frequencies, यानी how many times a particular label occurred. लोगों से अगर आपने पूछा कि are they happy with the new policies or new law tax laws, और 50 लोगों से पूछा, तो you can count how many of them said yes and how many of them said no. ठीक है, तो आप ये तो find out कर सकते हैं, but there's no measurement. And similarly, since it is not numeric in nature, you cannot apply any mathematical operation like that. So if we have yes, which we encode as 1, and no, which we encode as 0, we cannot take average and say k 0.5 is a value, which means what? It doesn't make any sense. So for nominal data, no mathematical operation is going to make any sense. That is meaningless. There are ways that you can collect nominal data. Usually it is done this way, okay? You provide closed-ended questions in the survey forms, जैसे ये है, तो उसमें से लोग सिलेक्शन कर सकते हैं. अलग अगर ये इलेक्ट्रॉनिक फॉर्म है, या इवन रिटन में भी है, या लिस्ट हो सकती है जिसमें से चूज कर सकते हैं. देयर आर कैन बी वैरायटी ऑफ वेज. ऑब्जर्वेशनल स्टडीज, जिसमें कि आप यू कैन आस्क पीपल टू राइट देयर फेवरेट ब्रांड्स, ठीक है. और क्लासिफिकेशन टास्क्स, जैसे एग्जांपल क्या हो सकती है कि आपके पास डिफरेंट प्रोडक्ट्स एंड यू कैन कैटेगराइज. मेरे पास सिर्फ टेबल पे चीजें पड़ी हैं, तो आई कैन कैटेगराइज देम एज कि ये इलेक्ट्रॉनिक है, ये फर्नीचर है, ये स्टेशनरी आइटम है, और ये इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर से रिलेटेड कोई आइटम है, एंड सो ऑन. Then comes the ordinal data. Ab ordinal, again the name tells you that it has a sense of order to it. So अगर nominal data के अंदर आप ranking या फिर order डाल देंगे ना, तो that is going to become ordinal data. Ordinal data is categorical, जैसे पहले भी हमने देखा, वो categories हैं, where the categories have a meaningful order or rank, जो कि naturally associated with them. Example इसकी देख लें, बड़ी simple सी है. Survey ratings में normally आपके पास scale होता है जिसके ऊपर आप पुअर, फेयर, गुड, एक्सलेंट लिखा हुआ है, ठीक है, और ये इसी ऑर्डर में भी लिखा होगा. अब ये ऑर्डर क्यों है? बिकॉज दिस ऑर्डर इज नेचुरल. इफ वी जस्ट लुक एट पुअर, इट इज जस्ट अ कैटेगरी, इट इज द लेबल ऑफ अ कैटेगरी, पुअर, एंड वी अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट पुअर. लेकिन when it is compared with fair, we know that poor is lesser to fair, fair is better than poor, good is better than fair, excellent is better than good, and that this is natural. This understanding is natural in any setting. Similarly, education levels, high school comes before bachelor's, which comes before master's, which comes before PhD. And this order is natural. Social and economic status, low, middle, high. We know that even if we have values in between, lower middle, upper middle, those are going to have their own positions. Those are going to have their ranks, which always are going to be interpreted the same. Lower middle is going to be above low, and upper middle is going to be above a lower middle, and so on. Pain scale, mild, moderate, severe. So this kind of data is ordinal data. Now, the important characteristics about ordinal data is that the interval or spacing between two categories, consecutive categories, is uneven. It doesn't mean that how much separation between low and lower middle, it is going to be the same between lower middle and upper middle, because we understand that we can separate low from lower middle, but lower middle and upper middle, they're going to be very close, not as separated as maybe middle and high, and or lower middle. So the intervals between the categories is uneven in case of ordinal data. Also, just like nominal data, we can have numeric encodings. which we will actually need to do. जैसे कि मैं क्या कर सकती हूँ, poor को I can encode as 0, fair को 1, good को 2, excellent को 3. अब जब आप सर्वे फॉर्म कलेक्ट कर रहे हैं ना, डेटा कलेक्ट कर रहे हैं, तो ऑफ कोर्स फॉर इजी अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ द रिस्पोंडेंट्स यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू यूज 0 1 2 3 4 because that is going to create confusion and people might not be able to understand that. But if you write those descriptions this way, poor, fair, good, excellent, so they understand it well. So for the sake of collection, वो ऐसे ही रहेगा. But for the sake of analysis, later on you're going to numeric encode them, and that will be for your internal consumption later on, जब आपने उसका analysis करना है. अच्छा, फिर आ जाता है इंटरवल डेटा. अब जो नॉमिनल और हमारे पास ऑर्डिनल स्केल्स थे ना, दोज आर बेसिकली यूजुअली क्वालिटेटिव डेटा, बट interval and ratio data are numeric data or quantitative data. So it is numeric data where the intervals between values are consistent and meaningful, but there is no true 0 point. And this is the most important of the characteristics of interval data, and it will help us understand what interval data is and how is it different from the ratio data that we are going to see later. Acha, it's better to explain it with the help of an example, and you will see temperature as a typical example for interval data. The reason is that you can relate to it well. हम हर बंदा इसको आसान तरीके से समझ सकता है. टेम्परेचर सेल्सियस हो या फ़ारेनहाइट हो, इसके अंदर we know that सबसे important चीज क्या है, we know that 0 degrees doesn't mean there is no temperature. It means that the temperature actually is 0 degrees. So 0 in case of temperature does not mean absence of temperature, absence of quantity. Rather, it means a reading on the scale. It means a reading in the set. लेकिन जो भी इंटरवल डेटा होगा उसके अंदर ट्रू जीरो नहीं होगा. सो यू डू नॉट नो व्हाट ए ट्रू जीरो इज. देयर इज नो वैल्यू, नो नोटेशन व्हिच रिप्रेजेंट्स एब्सेंस ऑफ क्वांटिटी. -1 बिल्कुल है, -2 बिल्कुल है, 0 है. सो देयर इज नो ट्रू जीरो. So when there is no true zero, how do you compare the you cannot actually have ratios. क्योंकि रेशियोज क्या है, यानी कि डिवीजन करें या मल्टीप्लिकेशन करें तो वो कैसे होती है, बिकॉज डिवीजन इज रेसिप्रोकल ऑफ मल्टीप्लिकेशन. सो यू कैन नॉट हैव द सेंस ऑफ दैट. इट डजंट मेक सेंस व्हेन यू डू नॉट हैव ए ट्रू जीरो. ठीक है, इसको एक्सप्लेन करते हैं. पहले जरा सा टेम्परेचर को देख लें. अब if I say that the temperature it's 0 degrees, so I know that it means कि अच्छा जो temperature की reading है ना, that is 0. It doesn't mean कि there is no temperature. It doesn't mean no quantity. ठीक है. और अगर मैं कहूँ कि 20 degrees है तो it is a reading. And if I tell you that it is 30 degrees, it is again a reading. And the difference between 30 and 20 degrees is 10 degrees, which is a reading. And this difference is the same as the difference between 30 degrees and 40 degrees. Okay, because we can subtract 30 from 40 to get 10. We can subtract 20 from 30 to get 10. But when it comes to the ratio या multiplication की बात है, तो multiplication कैसे होती है? It is basically how much, कहते हैं ना 2 times. तो अगर मैं ये कहती हूँ कि some value is twice as much as another value, तो इसका मतलब ये है कि I can fit 2 of the smaller values in 1. ठीक है. और वो 2 फिट करने का मतलब क्या है कि स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम ए 0 पॉइंट, फ्रॉम बिल्कुल कंप्लीट एब्सेंस, मैं पहली स्मॉल वैल्यू फिट करूं और फिर मैं दूसरी वैल्यू वहां से फिट करूं. ठीक है. लेट मी एक्सप्लेन इट विद सम ग्राफिक्स हियर. तो देखिए, अगर मेरे पास ये 0 पॉइंट है ना, और मैंने कहा कि सपोज ये इंटरवल की डेटा की बात नहीं कर रहे, एंड वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट स्केल व्हिच हैज अ ट्रू जीरो. सो हमने ये कहा कि अच्छा ये 0 है यहाँ पर, और दिस क्वांटिटी x इज ट्वाइस एज मच एज y, और y ये वाला है. तो दिस मीन्स के अगर x इज ट्वाइस एज मच एज y, तो मैं पूरे x के अंदर आई कैन फिट इन 2 y's. ठीक है. और वो कहां से आएगा? वो आपके एब्सोल्यूट जीरो से आएगा, यानी कि स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट से आएगा, विच इज कंप्लीट एब्सेंस. ठीक है, जो कि आपका रेफरेंस पॉइंट आ गया, कंप्लीट एब्सेंस. उधर से मैंने एक y की क्वांटिटी डाली, और फिर मैंने एक और y की क्वांटिटी डाली, और वो पूरा x तक आ गया. तो दैट टेल्स मी दैट x is actually twice as much as y, या फिर y is half of x. ठीक है. बट फॉर दैट वी नीड टू हैव अ ट्रू जीरो, जिधर से हम मेजरमेंट को स्टार्ट करेंगे, विच मीन्स कंप्लीट एब्सेंस. In case of temperature, or interval data for that matter, we do not have a true zero because zero is just a value, it's a reading. तो मैं कहाँ से start करूँ? So we cannot have this sense of ratios in it. So I cannot say that 20 is twice as hot as 10 because we do not have a point which is complete zero जहाँ से मैं twice को measure करूँगी, right? Similarly, I cannot say that 40 is twice as hot as 20, but I can say that 40 is 20 degrees higher than 20, or 20 is 20 degrees higher than 0, right? So because of that, because of the absence of true zero, we do not have the concept of ratios or divisions, multiplications. We do not have that, right? So this is important that you need to remember about interval data. और कभी भी अगर आपको देखना होगा कि कोई डेटा इंटरवल है या रेशो है, तो जो कि अगला हम पढ़ेंगे रेशो, तो उसमें आपको ये देखना जरूरी है कि does that quantity which we are measuring, does it have a true zero? अगर true zero है, then it is the other one, which is ratio data. But if it does not have a true zero quantity, then it is interval. और true zero क्या है? Which means complete absence of quantity, which means none. So equal and consistent intervals between values, जिस तरह हमने देख लिया 10 और 20 के दरमियान में जो डिफरेंस है वही 20 और 30 और 30 और 40 के दरमियान में भी है. That is consistent, equal. Allows for meaningful comparison through addition and subtraction. तो 20 minus 10 is 10. 20 minus 5 is 15. Okay. इसी तरह 25 minus 20 is 5. But multiplication and division are not meaningful. 20 divided by 2 does not make sense. Because we know that there is no true zero. कहाँ से मैंने comparison start? मैंने कहाँ से twice और half का comparison करना है, right? Similarly, IQ scores जो है, those are also measured on interval scale. The difference between 110, 110 and 120 point is consistent. लेकिन यानी कि ये तो एक दिया हुआ है, एक और आएगा पॉइंट 110, 120 और 130 आ जाएगा, तो इनके जो पॉइंट्स आ रहे हैं इनके दरमियान में डिफरेंस जो है वो कंसिस्टेंट है, यानी कि 10 पॉइंट्स का है. बट देयर इज नो ट्रू जीरो, जीरो IQ नहीं है, ठीक है? which means doesn't mean absence of IQ. It means it's a measured quantity which is a data point. Zero IQ means a value zero. It doesn't mean absence of IQ. ठीक है? So calendar years में भी यही है. The difference between the years 2000 and 2010 is the same as between 2010 and 2020. But zero doesn't mean कि no year. Actually, it is a year जो reference के लिए start होता है और it denotes a data point, right? So in case of interval data, we do not have a true zero. And for that reason, we do not have multiplication or division. But then we have and ratio data, which is a numeric data that is equal intervals between values, just like interval, but a true 0 point also, in which case 0 means nothing. It means no quantity. And then it allows for all arithmetic operations because it has a 0. So in addition to plus minus, which were applicable to interval also, now multiplication and division are also applicable. 0 means nothing or absence of quantity. जैसे कि जीरो मनी, तो मेरे पास कोई पैसा नहीं है, ठीक है? सो इफ आई गेट ₹10, I can measure it from this absence, complete absence, that it is 10. And if I get 20, it means I can fit in the 10 rupees 2 times into 20, which makes it twice as much as 10, right? Similarly, height, 0 centimeter means no height. It doesn't exist. It has no height. Weight, 0 kg means no weight, absolutely no weight, absence of quantity. Age, 0 means years in terms. If you're recording them in years, 0 means no year. It hasn't completed 1 year yet, right? So this is the how ratio is defined. And now we have seen 4 scales of measurement, starting from nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio. And let's see if we can here. These graphics have been taken from the sources which are written here. And it is आपको basically बता क्या रहा है कि इन सब के ये उसकी characteristics लिखी हुई है, and which characteristic is available in each of these scales. Nominal है तो खाली categorizes and labels variables, तो बस नाम दे देता हूँ, ठीक है। ऑर्डिनल है तो कैटेगराइज तो कर ही रहा होता है, ये तो टिक लगा है, बट इट ऑल्सो रैंक्स द कैटेगरीज इन ऑर्डर, तो कोई उनकी ऑर्डर भी मौजूद है उसमें। इंटरवल है तो कैटेगराइज भी करता है, रैंक भी करता है, क्योंकि इंटरवल में 1 2 3 4 5 आपके पास है, तो वो उनमें ऑर्डर तो है ही है नेचुरल। हैज नॉन इक्वल इंटरवल्स, ठीक है, जो अभी हमने डिस्कस कर, ये डिफरेंसेस दे डू मेक सेंस। और इंटरवल्स इक्वल है। रेशो के अंदर फिर चौथी बात भी आ जाती है, हैज ए ट्रू और मीनिंगफुल जीरो, विच मीन्स एब्सेंस, कंप्लीट एब्सेंस ऑफ वैल्यू। इस तरफ देखें तो ये फर्दर the arithmetic operations which are possible वो listed है। Nominal we know it is only categories, ordinal is categories with order, intervals which have equal intervals between quantities, and ratio which has equal interval with true 0 point. Now if we look at the arithmetic operations which are possible, inequalities हो सकती हैं, यानी कि आप सिर्फ ये चेक कर सकते हैं कि ये इसके इक्वल है कि नहीं, रेड ग्रीन के इक्वल है या नहीं, सो यू कैन ओनली आइडेंटिफाई दैट बाय कंपैरिजन, ठीक है। तो नॉट इक्वल टू का चेक कर सकते हो। जो ऑर्डिनल डेटा है उसके अंदर नॉट इक्वल टू तो चेक हो ही सकता है, उसके साथ आप उसकी रैंकिंग ग्रेटर देन लेस देन भी चेक कर सकते हैं, ठीक है ना। फेयर इज लेसर देन गुड, पुअर इज लेसर देन फेयर, तो ये वाला कंपैरिजन भी पॉसिबल है। इंटरवल के अंदर इन एडिशन टू इनइक्वालिटी, ऑर्डरिंग, यू कैन हैव एडिशन एंड सब्ट्रैक्शन, और रेशो में ये तीनों किस्म के जो कंपैरिजंस है, जो ऑपरेशंस है अरिथमेटिक के, ये पॉसिबल है। Finally, this is the taxonomy of data. Again, the image is taken from the source, which is written here. We have data numerical हो सकता है, जिसको quantitative कहेंगे, categorical हो सकता है, जिसका दूसरा नाम qualitative है। numerical के अंदर आपके पास discrete data हो सकता है, जो interval scale के ऊपर होगा, या continuous data हो सकता है, जो कि ratio scale के ऊपर होगा, ठीक है। और कैटेगोरिकल में नॉमिनल है और ऑर्डिनल है, इसका हम ये एग्जांपल्स भी लिखी हुई हम जान चुके हैं इसको। अच्छा, जो दो न्यू टर्म्स आई हैं वो डिस्क्रीट और कंटिन्यूस है, ऑल्दो यू आर फेमिलियर विद दीज टर्म्स दूसरे कोर्सेज में, या अदरवाइज ये मैथ्स तो आप बेसिक जो प्राइमरी मैथ्स पढ़ा है उसके अंदर भी ये वाली टर्म्स आती रहती हैं। बट डिस्क्रीट आर द वैल्यूज व्हिच आर सेट ऑफ व्हिच हैज फिक्स्ड डेटा पॉइंट्स, फिक्स्ड न्यूमेरिक वैल्यूज, ठीक है। जबकि कंटिन्यूस क्या है, इट इज between two points on in the data set, there are infinitely many possible values which are possible in case of continuous. तो ये इसकी टेक्सोनॉमी गिवन है और उनकी एग्जांपल्स भी यहाँ पर लिस्टेड है।